In this segment of Chris Canty's analysis, the key takeaway revolves around the legitimacy of young teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder, OKC, and the Cleveland Cavaliers as potential NBA title contenders. Chris Canty raises a fascinating argument about the historical precedent that young teams rarely win championships, citing the Golden State Warriors' 2014 to 2015 season as an outlier. From the perspective of an American sports fan, this insight invites a broader discussion about the difficulty for teams with less experienced cores to compete at the highest levels in a sport where veteran experience and championship DNA often prevail. Canty's stance is supported by historical context, where teams that rely heavily on young players typically do not have the battle-tested resilience required to survive the grueling playoff atmosphere. Veterans in the NBA have an ingrained understanding of the stark difference between the regular season and postseason, which extends to everything from physicality to game pacing and the elevated intensity of playoff basketball. This is where teams like the Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics, and Denver Nuggets stand out. These are squads with championship DNA and players who know how to navigate the playoffs. The Cavaliers and the Thunder are undeniably talented, with rising stars like Donovan Mitchell and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the charge for their respective teams. Yet, the point remains, talent alone may not be enough. As Canty rightly notes, the playoff experience is invaluable, and learning to cope with being the hunted once the postseason begins is a lesson that young teams must learn the hard way. For an American basketball fan, particularly those with a deep appreciation for the historical dynamics of the NBA, this analysis aligns with what many have seen play out time and time again. Championship runs are often built on foundations laid by veteran cores. For OKC and Cleveland, the challenge isn't just winning games during the regular season. It's about mastering the unique demands of playoff basketball, where every possession matters and where mental toughness becomes as crucial as raw talent. The question, then, becomes whether teams like OKC or Cleveland can defy the odds. Could Donovan Mitchell or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander rise to the occasion and lead their teams deeper into the postseason than expected? While history suggests skepticism, fans are undoubtedly intrigued by the possibility of these young squads upsetting the established order. Additionally, Canty touches on a critical issue for American sports fans: the reluctance of NBA insiders and media personalities to embrace the league's current trajectory. Negative self-talk, like that surrounding the NBA All-Star Weekend, only hurts the league's image. Canty urges the NBA to start celebrating itself, just as Major League Baseball has begun to turn its own narrative around by embracing its stars and storylines. This commentary resonates with a broader American audience, many of whom have seen firsthand how leagues can damage their own brand through internal negativity. In summary, from the perspective of an American basketball fan, Canty's breakdown of the Cavaliers and Thunder as title contenders brings several important points to the surface. It highlights the difficulty of young teams breaking through in the NBA, the need for playoff experience, and the broader narrative that the NBA should start embracing its own product. Whether or not OKC or Cleveland can make a deep postseason run remains to be seen, but they are certainly worth watching as they challenge the veteran-dominated landscape of the NBA playoffs.